Record to computer. That sounds good.
Sounds good. Yes. Just tell you all about my success.
So I think it's recording. Okay, so we are here with my VIP, Kasia.
Yes.
Kasia, when did we start working together? Like 6 months ago? Was it
And more April.
April?
It was in
Wow. So
April.
7 months ago.
Yeah.
And we worked together for probably a good like 5 or 6 months, basically. So tell me what you were doing before you and I started working together. Like what you
Well,
were
I've been
struggling with and what you were doing.
what I was struggling with. Yo-yo dieting was my life.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. Perpetual dieter, like literally my whole life. So lose some weight, gain some weight, lose some weight, gain some weight. Always very health conscious. So it wasn't like I was unaware, but I've tried every single
Yeah.
diet you could name, keto, this, whatever. So,
Would you find yourself like being more reactionary where like you'd have something on or coming up in your life and then therefore you would like try to diet to get ready for something?
yeah,
Yeah.
but also that sort of being on camera, more constant thing, I'd say for me,
Mhm.
versus like, oh, once a year I have an event. No, it's kind of like all the time. If it was for a role or something, an acting role, then yeah. But
Got
it's a motivator. Like, hi, I got to shoot in 3 months. Like, let me.
Right, exactly.
Hmm.
Okay. And then when you and I first talked, were you at all skeptical? Were you like, oh no, is this just another diet I'm gonna get myself into? Like, was there any reservations on your end before you started?
No, I like to dive in and try things. So no, uh not skeptical, but I think I saw it on Instagram and then we had a call, and after talking to you on the phone, I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, sounds like he knows something what he's talking about. So uh it almost was more balanced and simpler than a lot of the things I've tried.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, why not give that a shot? Because the kind of extreme things never stick.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so do you mind sharing like where you were when we started and then where you were when we ended or where you are now? Because I know you kept it.
Numbers? You want numbers? No, I don't want to say that. But I've lost over 30 pounds.
Boom. There we go. That's a
I
good
can say
one.
that.
There we go. So you
Some
lost
things you better
30
keep a
freaking
mystery.
pounds. That's huge, right? Like that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And I think it recently like dawned on me when I got some new headshots, which ironically you don't see that much in a headshot. I was like, whoa, I look different. Because everybody's been telling me. And I think during the pandemic, you don't see people for a long time, and people were shocked. I was like, really? Because it was so slow for me
Yeah.
that of course you feel it, and you like made me take pictures, which I hated, but I was like, oh, but you see after a couple months the difference.
Yeah. I remember when you
So
were first getting after it. I mean, there was weeks where we would be like quote unquote plateauing or we would just keep having to work it and just keep sticking with it and like
mhm.
remember having to tell you over and over again like it's just trust the process, it's okay, like it's normal to see your weight plateau for a week, but trust me, like
But
you're in a deficit, you are losing weight, just stick with it. And
mhm.
sure enough, like I remember, we just kept plugging the holes in the ship, so to speak, right? Like it was sleep, it was caffeine, it was like all these little things that are very easy
Mhm.
to not think affect weight loss. But once we
Yeah.
started tightening all that up and like really honing in on getting your body and your schedule optimized, is when we saw like a huge weight drop for you.
Mhm. And those were the things that surprised me because like I said, I've been working out and dieting for my whole life. But
Right.
those were the things that surprised me was like, yeah, normally maybe I would have quit after a week and a half, 2 weeks plateau. You're like, okay,
Mhm.
this isn't working.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
instead, like you'd be like, okay, troubleshooting of what else are you doing? Oh, you're not sleeping. Oh, you drink coffee at 10 p.m. Oh, okay. Those kind of things. And yeah, I didn't think they were directly related.
Mhm.
Or what else? There was something else. Well, I don't know. But yeah, those were the ones that as soon as I did it, I think I lost weight like within
Yeah, it
that
was
week
like in that
of
same week. Yeah.
sleeping.
Right. So we lost
Yeah.
sleep. Crazy
Yeah,
concept.
right. Yeah, what do you know? And then when it works, you're like, "Oh, I gotta take better care of myself." Okay, fine.
Got you. Yeah, and it's always one of the things where I
Yeah.
feel like people assume they're taking they're already taking really good care of themselves, but then it's like once we peel back the layers and get a little bit deeper, it's like there's still people are always surprised by how much more there is to do as far as just like self-care goes, right? Like there's always
Mhm.
and then so okay, so you lost 30 pounds and then now you have kept it off. Obviously, we're actually still getting good results. And then
Yeah, I'm still dropping.
that's
Now
amazing.
I lowered my goal because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, well, I could do this. Now I can go further."
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so now, have you found a balance and like lifestyle around this? Do you feel like you have autonomy with your food where you understand what to eat and how to incorporate it into your diet to make sure that
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, don't forget I did a 73-day road trip during this
for
too.
sure. Uh-huh.
Like almost 3 months I was on the road across the country shooting, filming, and somehow managed to still, I mean, it slowed down, but I still lost during that time. So
Yeah,
I think that was kind of the ultimate test. I mean, I didn't plan any of this like together, but I think that was the ultimate test of like
right.
the ability to sustain this for
Totally. Yeah.
life, because there was no consistency in my life during that time. I literally was living out of a suitcase. So I'm like, if I could do it then, it's easy. I think I told you as soon as I got back, I was like, oh man, this is so easy to do at home.
Right.
And I was obsessively in the beginning, like tracking everything, and I would write it all down and whatever in the app. And now I'm not, because I think I just have ingrained it in
Yep,
myself.
exactly, exactly.
So
As long as there's not too much variation, is you know what to eat and when to eat it, that works too.
yeah, I mean, I track it ish. It's not like I'm not
Right.
tracking it, but it's not like I have to write it all down because it's kind of the same thing every day, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like, that's amazing. And so, okay, so then, who
Oh,
would you
wait, one other thing I surprised me was the working out. Because
okay, good.
I think I used to over work out, and
Hmm,
you sometimes would tell me less is more.
right.
And now I'm telling my friends that. I'm like, oh, you're doing too much. Cause like, yeah, it's just that vicious cycle of then, yeah, you're overburning and your body hurts and whatever. And this way
Yeah.
I'm more muscle tone than I had probably ever had, but I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm working less, but I'm working smarter, not harder.
Smarter, and you have to realize that like you got to recover. And I think that people assume that more is better when it comes to fitness. And it's like you're busy with life, you have a career, there's all these other things going on. Like we don't want it to be where you're completely dependent on exercise. I think that's a big mistake people make is like, sure, if
Hmm.
you work out, if you don't, if you work out 2 hours a day where you lose weight, sure. But the problem is you create a dependency on exercise, almost like
Hmm.
a toxic relationship with
Yeah.
exercise, where as soon as you stop doing it, you gain all your weight back. And so what we're trying to do is create a lifestyle around this where by working out 3 or 4 hours a week, smart, and plus hitting your steps and other things like that. But then creating
Hmm.
the whole picture around sleep, hydration, nutrition, and then movement. It's sustainable and it just gets you to a place where you can incorporate it into your lifestyle where it doesn't feel like you have to sacrifice your career or anything else in order to get these kind of results.
Exactly. Yeah, I've made it fit more into my life than anything. So
Love it. Love it.
yeah, just
VIP,
living, breathing it.
VIP Kasia. Cool. And then, so who would you
Yes.
recommend this to, Kasia? Who would you recommend it
Who? I mean, other than everybody. I
to?
mean, I mean, anybody who's tried stuff. I guess, of course, anybody who hasn't tried or doesn't know what to do. People have been sedentary and gained their COVID weight, pandemic weight. Uh, but really, I mean, realistically, kind of someone looking for a long term lifestyle change instead of a quick fix,
Yes.
because there's no quick fix. And I could be the attest to that, because I have tried them all. And it it really is, it's like, I mean, the commitment is sort of what you have to do. And the thing, and I was thinking about this earlier, I'm like, you can be as great or anybody as you are, but like, someone has to really have the self drive and discipline to do it. You can't do it for them. So all you could do is like present, here what you have to do, and like, but it was me that had to go do it all
Yeah.
and stick to it, but you make it easy. and you make it attainable and super sustainable. So
Any self-respecting person, if you give them the right information, they're going to make better decisions.
that's true.
It's hard to keep making the wrong decisions if you have the right information.
That's true. Yeah.
You know?
And not making it like, oh my God, yeah, you have to work out 3 hours a day and, totally deprive yourself and, not eat real food,
Right,
which is
exactly. So
disgusting.
perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me record your amazing testimonial and progress.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Proud of you for keeping it up, and look forward to seeing more amazing results from you.
Cool. I'll talk to you when I'm down 40.